What's going on, guys? It's your boy UltimateSpeedster, and welcome back to another crispy Wizard101 video. In today's video, I'm basically going to be going over the spring test room notes for 2022. Now, if you haven't already gotten to test room, it's a bit of things going on right now. PvP, spellements, cantrips, a whole bunch of good things are happening right now. If you want to keep up with more updated test room news, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell to keep up with the crispiest Wizard101 and Power 101 content. Walkthrough reviews, guide, giveaways, live streams, a whole bunch. And let's get started right into these notes. Now, in these updated notes is separated into multiple sections such as 5th age PvP, level locking, loyalty program, and a whole bunch of more. We're going to glance over each section and talk about the important things in them. And I'm also going to voice my opinion here and there on some of it since I already went into test room. The first thing we get to talk about is the 5th age PvP. Now, I'm not a huge PvP guy. I tried a bit of 4th age PvP. I tried to put an effort for it, but I end up in a negative. I found it very hard to get into 4th age PvP. I recently just went into test room and I tested out the 5th age PvP, and I'm liking what I see so far. I feel like it's going to be easier for me to progress through it, and I don't have to worry about being like diminished every time I do PvP now. One thing that they included into PvP now is leagues. It says right here, the biggest change for 5th age is the introduction of leagues. Leagues allow us to set specific entry requirements and customize the play experience using specific rule sets that may vary from league to league. Now, I went ahead and played PvP already, and it's quite interesting. I like how they set it about for each different league. There's the Mastery League, Exalted League, and the Premier League. The entry requirement for the Mastery League is level 40 to 50, with the rules of critical hits are disabled. The Exalted League has a requirement of level 90 to 100, and you also have a rule of critical hits being enabled, but shadow pips are disabled. And the Premier League is levels 140 to 150, which the one I did, and it says critical hits and shadow pips are enabled. Now, when I recently just did it, I noticed in the fights that I had, critical hits wasn't going on in the 2 fights that I did. Now, I probably gotta do more fights, but seeing that I had on critical gear and my opponent I think had a bit of critical gear, none of us crit. We did get the shadow pips, however, so it could be that they just disabled it and they planned on turning it on once it hit live realm, but we could see in the future. It also says we've chosen these initial league level bands in order to focus players currently scattered across lots of level bands into specific ranges that closely correlate to the most popular rule sets, gear availability, and some degree the story itself, arc 1, arc 2, etc. Leagues will also allow us to modify various settings like the damage and resist limits to address gear imbalance at certain level bands, crit, block, and shadow pip gain, or even modify stats directly such as incoming healing stats. Now, I think this is really good. I can see what they're trying to do here, even though I'm not into PvP that much and I'm starting to learn it day by day. Since I've been in the community for a while, I could see the complaints a lot of people had, and I think this will actually help combat that. I think it's best to just put it into different groups and then attack those problems in the groups instead of just having them all together like that. Another thing they said about the leagues is that it'll play over seasons, which are currently slated to run for about 2 months at a time. During the season, players will work to rank up and climb the leaderboard for that league. Each league has its own rating system, and your performance in one league does not affect your rating in other league. It's called the ILO rating system. So in 4th age PvP and prior PvP, use a flat rating exchange of plus the minus 16 rating for wins and losses. In the 5th age, we are moving to an ELO based system, which varies the amount of rating won to loss according to the difference between the player's current rating. A higher rated player gains less by defeating a lower rated player, and a lower rated player gains more by defeating a higher rated player. I think that makes sense. I kind of like that. So here's the new ranking system. It's 1500 for recruit, 1550 for corporal, 1600 for sergeant, and 1650 for veteran, 1700 for knight, 1800 for captain, 1900 for marshal, and 2000 for warlord. Something else that they changed real quick was the draw results. A draw will result in the rating loss for both players now. Our goal is to completely remove any incentive for players to opt for a draw instead of a win. To ensure a fair 5th age play environment, we brought the infraction system from beast mode to PvP. The infraction system allows us to create infractions in order to discourage certain types of disruptive play. If a player accumulates too many infraction points, they will be placed in a cooldown and unable to queue for a match until their infraction total decreases which occurs naturally over time. Another thing here is new PvP rewards. They changed the currency into blue arena tickets. Now, using these arena tickets, you could buy cosmetic items, jewels, snacks, and even a few pets. Another thing that they involved in the Wizard101 PvP is a dual school play. One of our goals for both PvP and PvE play is to encourage players to engage in more diverse and interesting gameplay. In part of our gear overhaul and to help encourage diverse play in PvP, we have selected specific world bosses and given their loot drops a dual school overhaul. We have focused our efforts on the world and align with our chosen leagues: Dragonspire for level 50 Mastery League play, Chrysalis for level 100, and Lemuria for Premier League play. There's also new gear in the PvP. It's like these night gear stitch items. There's also craftable gear, and there's a lot going on in PvP. They put a lot of effort into it. So far, I think it's pretty well done. I like how they're trying to execute it to make it fair for everybody. Now, there's a new thing called level locking. It says when your wizard reaches level 50 or greater, then you'll see a lock button on the experience portion of your character sheet of the spell book. Click the lock to activate level locking. It says when your level locking is activated, any experience you earn will be shown as overflow experience. You can continue to earn XP, but you'll stop earning levels. When you want to redeem your overflow XP, just click the unlock button. The bank overflow experience, it returns to experience points and level gained as normal. If you earn a lot of overflow XP, then it may take a few seconds for your level to catch up. Although this feature was created to address a specific problem for PvP players, other players can use it if they are looking for a more challenging PvE experience. How far along the spiral do you travel as a level 50 wizard? I think that's really interesting. I feel like some content creators will definitely take advantage of that to do certain boss fights and everything for level 50. A new thing that they added, which I think a couple people are going to be mad at, is the loyalty program. Sometimes we feel like wizards who have a membership may feel a little neglected as new and fun things are added to the crown shop, so we decided it was time to give loyal members a bonus in form of the loyalty program. You'll be able to access many things: early access to new packs, elixirs which grant member benefits, cosmetic gear, spellements and mounts, and variety of packs. Since I spend a lot of money on membership and crowns, like a lot of money, I think this is a really cool thing. I really enjoy this, so hopefully people don't see this as a bad thing. I'm on board for this part. The next thing that they announced, which I'm personally excited for, is the cantrips. Now, cantrips are basically magic that you can use outside of combat, just little fun animation stuff that you can do, but some have special abilities with them and some are just fun to just use and just chill out with. There are different types of cantrips. The flourish cantrip are spells that produce a personal magical effect. Teleport cantrips can take you to a new location quickly. Radiance cantrips create a beneficial effect in a large area for a limited time. Anyone inside the area will enjoy the benefits of the radiance cantrips, such as healing or fishing luck. Ritual cantrips allow you to cast magical energy at a target. When multiple wizards cast a ritual cantrip spell on a ritual object, interesting things can happen. I haven't seen any of them really, except for the one that it gave you when you were learning the cantrips. But I wonder where they're going to be placed at, to be honest. Cantrip spells have a rank. You can only cast cantrip spells of a rank equal or below your cantrip level. Just like fishing or gardening, cantrip spells cost magical energy. You will gain cantrip XP when you cast a cantrip that is the same rank as your cantrip level. There are many ways to acquire cantrips. Some be bought for gold or found in monster loot. Some cantrip treasure cards can be crafted at the cantrip crafting station in Pigswink Academy, Wisteria. I really like the cantrip thing. I think it's pretty cool animations. The next thing they have is spellements. A lot of people in the Wiz community are into the spellements, so I hope this section fulfilled the needs of people that are into the spellements. In this update, we've taken steps into integrating spellements into a wizard's experience, and they complete the mainline quests in the Spiral. We've added new spellements to collect and new spell writing paths to main arc 1 spells for each school. Now, I've kind of noticed already when I was doing test roam. For example, this one I think is really good because you're slowly getting damage here as well. You're just getting a stronger shield though. I feel like this could be crazy in the future. As you know, spellements are available in a variety of packs, but in addition to that, we're introducing a number of new sources for the new spellements in this update, including wizards of appropriate levels to earn these spellements by defeating various bosses found in the world. Wizards of all levels can use the appropriate pet adventure powers to earn these spellements. Wizards who are trained in cantrips can discover a new world chest, which can only be opened by casting magic touch on it. chests. Once 3 wizards cast magic touch on the chest, then it will open, and anyone who casts magic touch on the chest will be rewarded the spell elements which are held inside. I feel like that's an interesting connection, what they do with the new cantrips and with the spell elements, and the whole process of making new spell elements for the lower spells or lower ranked spells is pretty cool. I feel like it gives a bit of a drive for lower level players and new players. I did hear some news that higher level wizards was kind of mad about that, but I don't think it'll be that much of an issue since they really don't use them low level spells anyways. I feel like higher level players will be just fine with it. Now there's a new Beast Moon map. It's in the heap of Lemuria. It looks pretty cool. There's also new beast forms such as the Fire Draconian and the Death Crocomummy. Now one thing I'm excited for, guys, is the new spring gauntlet. There's supposed to be this new gauntlet called the Unforgiving Dead House Gauntlet. It says battle the best warriors the Highlands has to offer for the right to challenge the boss and her army of the Unforgiven Dead. Another thing that they added is the social kiosk. Basically it makes it easier to grow adventure parties, and the kiosk is in Old Town near Cyclops Lane entrance. The adventure party purpose available are questing in the world, farming dungeons in the world, playing Beast Moon, playing PvP, playing pet derby, pet activities, housing, and simply just hang out with fellow wizards. Another thing that they added was some bug fixes and other changes. Players may now purchase an additional bric-a-brac elixir in each area of the house, so the overall limit now could be 400 items. The new Aquila Horde pack items, the gear and stuff, is available to be sold for gold. Several spells have been removed from Lore Master and will instead be dropped as spell elements from various sources at later release date, which I think is incredible. Thank you, Jesus, because yo, Lore Master tough out here. I know y'all think Lore Master tough. I know it's tough out here. It's tough for me. Fixed a couple decathlon exploits, fixed and holds camera angle in the quest release, added more second chance chests to Lemuria and Caramel, added new spell icons from Lemuria into the heap section, several animation UI adjustments, several performance and stability fixes. They also have a known issue section which they're going to try to keep working on. Now these known issues here are just some things that are going on in the test room right now. Like when I try to go to the crafting page in my spell book, it will crash the game. Now the peat reagents are in the wrong currency, so it took crowns instead of gold for you to buy the reagents to make the new dungeon. So hopefully these will be fixed very soon though, so I can actually see the new dungeon, because I'm really excited to see that new dungeon out here. Also guys, I'll put this in the description down below if you want to read up on it yourself. Also let me know what you think about all these in the update notes. Are you excited? Let me know what you think all down in the comment section down below. I appreciate if you watched all the way to the end. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to keep up the crispiest to Wizard101 and Power101 content, walkthrough, review, guides, giveaways, all that good stuff. I'll do more news on the test room, so make sure you stay around for all that, and I will see you all later. G, have a wonderful day. Peace.